WWE has a big Logan Paul problem. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about, when I noticed it, and what can be done to solve it. Because whether you like him, and I'm going to go on a limb and say that most of y'all do not like Logan Paul, you cannot take away his accomplishments in WWE. What he's been able to do is actually remarkable. He's one of the few. He's almost a unicorn in a lot of ways because he has done something that is remarkable. He has made the transition, right? He has gone from a YouTuber to a boxer and now to a pro wrestler. He was a great YouTuber in the sense of a business asterisk, right? If you look at what he's done on YouTube and the way that he's been able to pivot in various ways, he literally will come into a marketplace, whether it be YouTube boxing, hydration drinks, or pro wrestling. He comes into a marketplace, he finds what works, he changes it, and then he profits off of it, and then he moves on to something else, right? That's what he's done. He changed the landscape of boxing in that way. We had these freak show fights and everything like that, and he's taken part in those. I credit him in his Floyd Mayweather one, right? And so it is what it is. But in pro wrestling, think about this, Logan Paul's only been wrestling just a few years. It's not like he's been around for 10 years or anything like that. And more importantly, when we talk about a progression of a pro wrestler, we talk about reps, we talk about experience, we talk about getting in there and learning your craft. And you can do that as much as you want in an empty warehouse at the performance center or at a wrestling school. But to get in there in front of fans, live action, live rounds, there is nothing else like it. You cannot replicate it. And he's probably had at least, 20 matches now? He's under at least 50. There's no way he's had 50 matches. But if you look at that and what he's been able to do, more importantly, yes, is he a good wrestler? Of course he is. He's a very, very good pro wrestler. And he knows the art of the work. The work is not, can I do this move? It is, when do I do this move? How can we build to this move? He talks exceptionally. He gets heel like not many people does, and he can do any move at any given time against any opponent anytime he wishes. That is the art of a work. But at the same time, despite the fact that he has had all this grand success, despite the fact that he's been pushed to the moon, despite the fact that he can work with anyone, WWE is starting to rely on a crutch, and that's the topic of today's video. Because I've noticed this as of late a lot, but especially coming out of King and Queen of the Ring PLE, when he challenged and ultimately fell short to our undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, they are relying on overabundance cheating. So this was one of my pet peeves in my 3 horrible booking decisions video. They are not, look, they book him to lose a lot, and I get that. He only works a handful of matches a year. He's a heel, and, it's kind of like The Miz or Baron Corbin or someone like that, where you can literally beat them like a drum, and they're still going to get over. They're still going to be able to be put into these high-profile situations, and losing does not hurt them like a babyface does, or like other people who cannot relate, because he can get his heel right back by talking. But at the same time, you're not only booking him to lose, the matches in which he does lose is also the same type of match where he also wins, where it's been about a year now. All he does, if he tries to win a match or if he does win a match, it's because of cheating, right? And at a certain point, it's like, okay, we get it. He cannot beat anyone without cheating. We get it. I'm okay if you want to do it once or twice, every few months. But when you're doing it 3 times in one match, like, we got a problem here. If you look at that Cody Rhodes match, he cheated 3 different times. He used brass knuckles. So they did a spot where there was 2 planted fans at ringside, one of which got into it with Cody Rhodes, and a referee dispatched of this person. The other person, he gave Logan Paul brass knucks. Now, this was after Logan Paul had promised that he wasn't going to use brass knucks. I'm okay with them using the brass knucks because in storyline, a heel, he always tells the truth, but he never acts upon it. And so I'm okay with that. But then we led to Logan Paul hit Cody Rhodes with a low blow. And then there was a referee bump. And it's like, do one of those if you're going to do anything. Why are we doing 3 different times? Like, and I understand the argument of, well, you got to make Logan Paul a credible challenger. You got to make him a worthy threat to Cody Rhodes and his championship. But it's like, yeah, but in a certain degree, it goes against it. Like, we're working against ourselves here. And I think you have to look at that. I also think it would be important for Logan Paul's longevity, because clearly the kid likes to do this. Clearly the kid's going to keep doing this. And clearly WWE likes him and they want to continue this partnership for years to come. He's got to start winning some matches by himself, right? You can't keep cheating. You can't keep having outside interference. Even the great Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, towards the end of his run, you could literally predict his matches. He's going to have a 25-minute entrance. He's going to beat down his opponent for, 15 minutes. Babyface is going to rally. He's going to have some type of outside interference. He's going to hit a spear and 1, 2, 3, and he walks out the building. It's like, okay, we get it. And if you're a guy like Logan Paul who keeps getting put in these big, big matches, and first of all, you have to cheat to win. And even if you do cheat, most of the time you don't even win, so now you're starting to look silly. It's like, we are working against ourselves here. And it's not like he's a bad wrestler, too. And it's not like he needs to rely on these heel tactics to get over or to get heat. He can get heat by just purely working. So I think WWE, I think Paul Triple H Levesque, I think you have to look at that, and I think you have to address that going forward. I mean, he is the United States champion, and he's worked with some notable guys over the last year. Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel last year. Or no, that was another time. It wasn't last year. So, or last November, I should say. But if you look at his feud with Kevin Owens, that was a lot of fun when they worked at the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens, he still technically beat Logan Paul, never got a immediate or even just any type of singles rematch. Instead, they ran it back with a triple threat. They added Randy Orton at WrestleMania 40. Logan Paul actually won that match by the skin of his teeth, of course. But that's just WWE booking. It will be very interesting to see where they go with him going forward, coming out of Crown Jewel, or as King and Queen of the Ring. I have Crown Jewel in my mind because they announced it for November 2nd. But it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. Let me know down in the comments there below, what do you think of WWE's booking? If you're looking for some merch, use the promo code START with the link in the description or comments for free shipping on orders of $30 or more. That being said, I will see y'all in the next video.